What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Priscilla, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 5 life lessons I've learned from organizing a sewing class. I'm used to teaching sewing tutorials here on YouTube, which means it is me, the camera, a table and my sewing tools, but no one else. But I organized a sewing class which held on the 10th of December here in London, and I partnered with Little Hands Design. It was a huge success. We had about 6 to 7 girls that took part in the class, and we made a dress together. But before the class actually happened, there was a lot of planning, a lot of organization, and there were a lot of disappointments and pitfalls, and I learned some real hardcore truths that have changed my perspective on life. So I'm going to be sharing these 5 life lessons as well as clips from the class, just so you guys know how much fun I had, and I wanted to just share with you guys as well. If you are new on here and this is your first time watching me, thank you for joining us in this video. If you aren't subscribed, the red button is down below. Gorgeous, sexy as ever. It is the season to be jolly. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell as well. But without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. La, 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 la. So the first life lesson I actually learned, and this is something I've heard from someone else, is do not expect anything from anyone. So this is not me saying don't trust people or don't give people a chance. This is just me saying don't put the responsibility of your happiness in the hands of someone else. There were days during the whole time of planning this class where I expected people to do certain things, to say certain things, to be at certain points for me, but that didn't happen. And I remember feeling really disappointed and really bad, but it occurred to me that it is my life. I should not give anyone that kind of responsibility. If I want to do something, I do it myself. If I can't do it myself and I can do without it, I would not do it. So instead of feeling bad or feeling betrayed that someone did not stick to their word, don't just expect anything from anyone. It was a hard lesson that I learned, and I remember actually praying one morning because I started to have like these weird feelings, and I just didn't want to end 2017 on a horrible bad note. So I remember praying one morning, and then I read the word of God, which says don't look up to any man, don't even trust yourself. So it really sunk in, and I'm ending 2017 on the note that, man, I don't expect anything from anyone. If you do it for me, all well and good, I'll give you the chance. But if it doesn't happen, if you don't show up, if you don't keep to your word, I would not be disappointed, because we're human. We're all human. Everyone is flawed. Everyone has their shortcomings. So lesson number 2 is and this one is actually quite funny and contradictory, is I actually did not make any money from this class. So you might have seen the pictures and videos on social media. The tickets were sold, people turned up, there was food, there was cake, there were goodie bags. It looked really all glitz, glamsy and fun, but at the end of the day I got back home and I was like, I actually did not make 1 pence from this whole class. And well, the first time I was doing this class, and there were certain things I didn't put into considerations. There were certain things that went wrong, certain things that went right, and everything just sort of added up onto the point that no profit was realized. And I actually don't feel horrible, because in a way I went through the experience of organizing this class, and I learned what it really means to teach people how to handle beginners, what it really means to run around the class for 5-6 hours, what it means to cater to the needs of others before catering to your own needs. So I don't feel bad or guilty in any way. I just want to let you know that you will not make any money if it's the first time you're organizing a workshop, a makeup class, whatever kind of class you're doing for the first time. The likelihood that you'd make a huge profit is really slim. Lesson number 3 is to be open to partnerships and collaborations, especially if you're embarking on a project for the first time. So I remember when I was looking for a venue for this class, I went around. I went to Enfield, I went to a few places, and these places were nice, but I remember going to Little Hands Design and meeting Astrid. She's the owner of the place, and she's had it for 16 years, so she has so much experience in running classes. So when she offered the partnership, I was like, wow, this is a really great opportunity. Not only will her be there to like help me during the class, but she has the experience of actually teaching people how to sew. I know how to sort of show how to make a garment in videos, but she knows how to demonstrate and make people really understand processes, like one-on-one, human being to human being. So that partnership really helped me a lot. And I remember when the tickets were like put out to be sold and when people were kind of indicating interest, 70% of the people that turned up from that class were from her own end, because she has been doing this business for a while. She has built a huge clientele of returning customers. So all she had to do was just show her adult class, oh, this class is coming up, who's interested, and ladies from there bought the tickets and attended the class. So be open to collaborations, be open to partnerships, be open to opportunities, especially when you're doing a certain project for the first time, because if someone knows more than you, they'll definitely be able to help you out with tips and suggestions at points where you're not exactly sure. Lesson number 4 is you will do everything by yourself. I mean everything. Everything from social media to marketing to cooking to, I swear, you would be the host, you would be the guest, you would be everything, because you are still a beginner, you are still humble. And if you're doing this for the first time, it means you're still like, you know, really small and you're at the beginning of like that growth process. So I remember when I was organizing for this class, oh my god, I would be posting Instagram posts, I would be making sure that the traffic on the to the Eventbrite page was on point, I would make sure I go get fabrics, I went to get zips, I cooked the food myself, I baked the cake myself, I printed out the flyers and with my own computers I designed the flyers, because I didn't have the budget to pay anyone else to do any of these other responsibilities. So if there's situations where you can do things yourself to save money, be ready to do it. Final life lesson I've learned is to always stay calm, positive, and hopeful. So I really learned this I think 2 weeks before the class. I had sold only 1 ticket and I was like, wait, does this mean I will have to cancel this class? Does this mean no one is going to turn up? Does this mean I have to return the 1 ticket, like the money for the 1 ticket, back to the buyer? And I was like, God, like, I don't know, like, I've just put this in your hand. Like, if this event is meant to come to pass, people will buy tickets and people will turn up. If it's not meant to be, just give me the grace to be able to handle this calmly and in the most sort of professional manner. But it so turns out in a day I think the following week I sold 2 other tickets, and then a few days before the class I sold another one. So I ended up selling 4 tickets, and then I had 2 girls come to speak who also joined the class to make the 6 participants of the class. So always remember to stay calm, to remain positive, no matter how daunting your situation might be, because you don't know what the next moment will offer. You don't know what the very next day would bring. Like, you really don't know, so you can't be all like negative about it if it hasn't already fully run its course. These are the 5 lessons I have learned. I hope you guys would pick up a thing or two. I just decided to do this video because it's like a nice way to look back on all of the steps I went through just to make this class come to pass. And even though I put up a picture the other day on Facebook and everyone was like, oh, you're doing amazing, you're doing great, and then I could think about it is that the late nights I had to like keep to make sure all of the schedules for the class and the guest speakers were coming and everything was running its course to lead up to the event. So enter 2018 with the mindset that if you want to do something, be fearless and be courageous. Do it. You don't know until you try. Like, now I know I wouldn't mind doing another sewing with Kim class, but maybe I would be more clever when it comes to planning the time, or I would seek out sponsorships to handle the financial burden. And don't be afraid to try out things that you haven't tried before. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the year, and I hope your 2018 would be just on point. If you have any other questions, suggestions, or ideas, please ask them down below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Bye.